Hello everybody, welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry it's been a few days. I hope all of you had a wonderful, wonderful Easter. I had an amazing Easter. All my babies were home, big, all the way down. This feeling of just all your children being under your roof is just such an awesome, awesome, awesome feeling. So I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Easter. Now though, I did go to the store because I hadn't gone since the beginning of the month, and I showed you guys my last haul that I got with some flash foods. And then I'm doing $33 a month on my dairy. So here is what I have left then for the month. Okay, so all together between what I have to spend on things that I need for the boys and just our fruits and vegetable and dairy, I have $200 a month that I spend, and on top of that, we buy our meat and stuff in bulk, and we do get our own eggs here on our farm. So that gives me $200 a month flat out. That brings us in under $500 a month total by the end of the year. And how we do it is I normally go once a week to the store, but right now we are so busy, you guys. That's part of why there hasn't been a video, and I don't have time to just keep going to the store. So I want to just go on and stock up on some stuff. I'm not going to go back again until the end of the month. So I wanted to share with you guys what I got here from Aldi. I did not do flash foods this time because I wanted the stuff to last longer. Flash foods is great, but you got to use it like immediately, right away. So here's what I got at Aldi. And again, this is to take us to the end of the month. Okay, I did get a couple convenience foods that I don't really normally get, but I got flour tortillas. I got 3 of them for Charles and whoever, if they are wanting to just grab and make a wrap real quick with like leftover beef roast or whatever. I normally make our own, but it's nice to have some on hand when I just am too busy and don't have the time to do it. I got 4 pepperoni. We like to keep these in the freezer. Luke only likes pepperoni from Aldi. It's the only pepperoni he'll eat, and everybody likes it if we have like pepperoni pizza and stuff like that, so that's why I got that. I did get 2 loaves of bread. I'm going to put one in the freezer and one will be out. The boys still will not eat homemade bread. Does not matter what I do. They want their sandwich on store-bought bread. I'm trying. Hopefully we'll get there very soon. I have 2 bags of egg noodles. That is just because Charles loves noodles. Sometimes just buttered noodles if I don't feel like making a big side. Then over here I have green onions. I got some avocados, snap peas. I got some pears and mushrooms, cucumbers, green beans. I did get 4 of these baked ruffled chips or rippled chips. These are Charles's favorite chips. They only get them like once or twice a year. So about 4 bags, and I'll divvy those up into little bags to have for his lunches for the week. I did get 4 cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls are for when the kids have their Monday cinnamon rolls. They prefer the Aldi brand, so I bought a bunch of that, or 4 of them. That'd last me for 4 weeks. I got 2 bags of spinach here. I got celery. I got 2 pineapples. They were on sale for $1.30, I believe. Maybe it was $1.36. So I did get 2 of those. I get a big bag of grapes. I got some broccoli, some strawberries, and blueberries. I got some yellow onions, some red onions, a couple bags of sweet potatoes there, and some bananas. I got a big bag of potatoes. I got some asparagus. I got 4 mangoes. I got some garlic and some ginger. And then back here, just for our food storage, this is one of the few snacks that I get still for the boys, and that is animal crackers and vanilla wafers. Luke and Theo both like those, and they're nice to have for when we go on trips, like today when I ran up to the college. For the girls, it's nice to have that kind of stuff to just take in a little baggie and have it with me. So that's it. That's gonna last us then for the month. I know some of you are probably seeing that back here. There was a really good deal on apples, so my mother got me a ton of apples, and now I'm going to can all of this. So that is sitting there. They need done. I told you guys the other, last time I was on, we had a bunch of apples we needed to get canned. Well, that's what we got to get canned, so. All right, so that is everything that I got then from the store today. All right, so that grand total was $124.90. And I am gonna get all this put away. And then I'm gonna wrap up my side of things. I promise I'll be back with cooking tomorrow. I have not stopped. I haven't even been home. It's 5 o'clock and I'm just now finally coming home. It's been a crazy busy day. And we're moving pigs tonight and stuff like that. So Charles, though, he filmed for you guys over the last 3 days. So I'm gonna go on and share some of that with you guys if you want to see that. Stay tuned, and here is some homesteading for you, and then we'll wrap it up.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you can hear, I've got the mower going in the background here because I have a couple projects I need to get started on. One of those is to kind of work some of the storm damage from the past couple weekends. And we have a pine tree in the front yard that I want to try to save. It's still pretty young and it hasn't been doing all that great, but it's not dead and it's at about a 45-degree angle. So in order to get it strapped up, because of how tall the grass is, I want to go ahead and take the mower through there. But the two issues I have is it's still too wet for me to get the riding lawnmower through most of the areas out here because I'm going to sink and leave tracks. And then the other piece is I want to try to save some of this grass and feed it to the animals once I've cut it, because it is perfectly fine for that, and that'll cut down on some of the feed, especially till more of this greens up. So I got to get the push mower, hope it starts. Tractor had to get charged in order for me to do it, but I'm going to try to get this started and get it up to the front. As you can probably tell by the full bed of grass clippings from this area over here, the can of gasoline and this extension cord, I ran into a few snags and all three hit me at the same time. So first thing, I didn't check the level on the mower. I thought it was more in it than what it had. So the push mower ran out of fuel. When the push mower shut down, I realized the tractor wasn't idling anymore. And apparently I did not set the idle fast enough, and I just finished draining the battery the rest of the way. So I had to bring out an extension cord and charger to charge the mower, the riding mower. So, and then on top of that, I didn't get it all on film because the card I had in the camera, which had some footage from yesterday and the day before, filled up and ran out of space. So, new card, new fuel, hopefully new charge. I'm gonna try to get this started because I need to get it out of the way. One, I'm blocking the driveway, nothing can get through. And two, this extension cord, I've really got to get it moved so that I can get through here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the mower and pull it down next to my truck, and I'll charge it over there. So keep your fingers crossed we have enough charge to make that happen. It couldn't get much more comical than this. So yesterday there was a lot that I couldn't actually get recorded because I had battery issues or we were doing things that involved water and I didn't want to get the camera wet. Well, this was one of those projects. So yesterday afternoon, toward the evening hours, Kate and I came out and Theo came out to help as well. And what we did is we scrubbed down these housings and then I pressure washed them off. So they are in about as clean a shape as I can get them right now. I have the paint left over from the roof on the chicken coop that I'm gonna use to actually coat at least the roofs of these. But before I do that, because there's so many places I had to scrub this down, strip it down to bare metal, I kind of want to get an even coat. So the next step is I have a heavy-duty weather-resistant, rust-proof Rust-Oleum paint. I'm just going to go around and hit the really bad spots with this, give that a couple hours to dry, and then it will actually be closer to almost 60 here in a couple hours. Right now it's just teetering on that 50-degree mark, which is really the key temperature for using these Rust-Oleum adhesives. But I'm going to go ahead and start to coat some of these really bad spots, let that dry for a couple hours, and then we'll come out and do the brush paint on the majority of the rest of what I need, so that when I get them moved, they stay as dry as possible and they don't just sit out in the field and start to rust away. So I'm going to get to that and show you a little bit of what I'm doing here, and then we'll move on to something else that I got to get accomplished. Alright, while that dries, use my whole can, which is what I expected. But while that dries, I've got some other things around here I need to do. One of the tasks is to get all of the hay where we've been taking it in and out to get it to the animals, and go ahead and rake all that up. They're not gonna eat it. Clean hay, just weathered. And that's all gonna go in the chicken coop. So I've got all along the side of the barn to go get raked up and get moved over there. So I'm gonna work on that, I think, while the temperature comes up and we get where I can move forward. So, sounds like a plan. Show, again, comical issues with batteries and full memory cards, is my tree. Spin around here. So my tree behind me right there, you can see that it is now supported by a couple of ground stakes and some tie-down straps. So the wind, after about 3 windstorms, pretty well knocked it down to about a 45-degree angle. And I've got enough tension on that to go ahead and pull it up straight. I'll figure out what to do going forward to make sure those roots take hold. So we'll leave it strapped in that way for a little while I do some research on how to strengthen it. But for now, one more task at least temporarily done. And hopefully that tree makes it, because it's a little scraggly, but it's alive, and I think it's a great little tree. So fingers crossed that that strap system lets it get where it'll take hold again. about getting something started and then waiting on it to finish on its own. I have those pig shelters back there where the paint is still setting up and it needs to be finished. Maybe a couple degrees warmer before I go and put any kind of a second coat on it. I got the steel barrels washed out. We bought those several weeks back. Probably was in a video, but I don't remember. But those will be for chicken feed and cow feed, so that we can really kind of stock up. And when I buy it in bulk, it gets just a little bit cheaper. So it's also nice to know that I'm not gonna have to worry about running out. So those are now washed and ready to go. They do need to dry before I put anything in it. We don't want any mold. So I gotta wait there. So for now, I'm gonna come back up to the front, just kind of juggling my projects. And I have a tree up here that was a victim of wind damage a couple storms back. I got a limb that won't come out on its own. So I brought some reinforcement with me to get that limb out. And then we really need to walk the yard and get all the limbs up that have come down so that I can get stuff mulched up and just make it go away. Warm enough to get these things done. So I'm gonna move them out of the way. Or to where I can get to them here, I guess. Keep it on the gravel. I guess I am going. All right, I guess I'm gonna get the paint can open. I think I'm gonna put some tunes in my ears, and I'm gonna get busy painting. is a little bit later. I got the roofs done like what you saw, and we decided probably be a good day for Kate to take Daisy out for a walk on her leader. Well, Sirloin didn't like that so well, so he kind of busted all the way through his fence run right up against the barn where it was at its weakest spot, and decided to go for a walk. So I was like, you know what, if they're all out, we might as well just go ahead and re-fence the entire run and just leave them out, because it's warm enough, and now that Belle is here, the calves aren't really going to go anywhere even if they can get out. But right now they are in, oh, I see Belle coming. You probably see her in the background here, but they are in a whole run and they are loving life. So I will spin this around, but it is hopefully energized. I still need to get a tester on it. But I went ahead and did 3 runs. Well, let me flip this and I'll show you. All right, so I did 3 runs on this one. The bottom one is hot. The middle one there is ground, then another hot. And then the top is really, it's just there to remind Belle that that is kind of her limit. It's not energized because it doesn't really need to be. Really, it just needs to be for these lower ones here. But there they are, happy as a lark, eating grass, enjoying a beautiful day. Now, they are a little farther from the barn than what I would like to have, just because it's a little bit farther to have to take stuff out there like water, hay, but back where they're at right now is the driest spot that we have. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of water around the edges, but that is the one of the higher points, so it's one of the drier points, so they can kind of walk around without sinking in the mud and tearing everything up. And you know, I think it's just better for them in the long run. So we're gonna put them out there. I got to travel a little bit further in the mud to get stuff to them, but I think everything's gonna work out.
All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a full day of what we're eating, everything from breakfast on to dinner. Bye everybody, have a great day or night, wherever you are.